Hey everybody, this is Yuri. In today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how to make a three-dimensional mock-up. Now, I love three-dimensional mock-ups because they give a digital product or a product that you may or may not have some sort of physical representation. This physical representation allows the user to feel a lot more confident in buying from you, and they also gives you something that's more tangible to look at versus some sort of idea. So a product that you may or may not have in your possession, or that might be just something that's mocked up, or you're trying to pre-sell it, or just do a test in the market, a mock-up is a great way to showcase a product without actually having it. For digital products, it's a great way to actually do a digital product, to sell a digital product, and represent the digital product in a lot of different ways. So I'm going to show you how I do this, and one of my favorite resources for this is something called PSD Covers. Now, PSD Covers creates some very, very high resolution, good looking mock-ups, and it's super easy to implement, it's super easy to do. So let's go ahead and dive in. So first, we're going to go to Plugins, PSD Covers. Once you install it, the instructions are on their website, so you'll be able to find that pretty easily. So you'll find it right here. And one of my favorite ones is something called a spinnable mockup. So you have action mockups and spinnable mockups. Actions are static, so you can't spin them. A spinnable is a spinnable mockup, so you'll be able to actually maneuver the mockup in the three-dimensional space prior to making it. So we can say, all right, we want it looking like that, and we want it to be like this. Okay, so we can have like an angle kind of looking down on it like that. All right, that looks pretty good. Let's spin it up. So first step is you hit the step 1 button. So if you don't see it, you got to drag that open. Hit the step 1 button. It's going to spin up a three-dimensional iPad for us. And there's a lot of different options. I'm just showing you the iPad. There's, a lot of different options that they have. You basically can create anything from books to supplement bottles to wine bottles to to iPads and computers and iPhones and anything you'd like. Any product that would normally exist, they have it. And they even have t-shirts and other things like that. All right, so once we've mocked it up, it should show us something like this. I'm going to go back to my other tab, so you'll see it like that. I'm going to go back to my other tab because I already had created one here before I started this video. And we're just going to move this over here so you can see it. All right, so then I usually take this is for like a course lesson or a video or something like that. I will take some sort of an abstract background that I find on Pixabay or FreePic or some other resource that has some royalty-free images. Then I'll take the button that's also found on Pixabay. This is a YouTube play button, or just a video play button to represent that this is a video. This is something that you can actually get and you can watch. And then we're going to use our type tool, and we're going to type in, I'm just going to type something in random here, how to make a 3D mockup. Now, I don't know why my text is that color. Let's make it visible because I can't see it. And again, I still can't see it. There it is. All right, and I'm not a big fan of like any fancy styles on my text. Sometimes Photoshop will do this weird stuff. Let's just make this auto. There we go. I'm not a fan of like all the fancy text and things like that. We'll just do something very, very simple and kind of bland. I don't know if strokes are in or shadows are in. I don't know. Everybody has an opinion about what's in, what's not in. I'm just going to drag this element here so it's underneath that, so it looks like this, and then we'll be able to read it. So it's kind of covered up, and we're going to separate this just like that. Make that centered. Boom. Look it nice. Looking good. Cool. Now we have how to make a 3D mockup as a title of this lesson, because that's what we're doing. We're making a 3D mockup. Now I'm going to spin it up. I'm going to hit the step 2 button. Watch what happens. First we got to select, I like the high gloss because it looks really cool. Let's do that. Alright, and it's done. A little bit slow here because I'm recording and I also have a bunch of things open. But that's all. So now the mockup is made. You can see it's added all the effects. Now one thing I like to do is also clean it up. So first I will remove this. There's usually this like shadow that is kind of annoying. Not really a big deal. but it does have a it does create an issue when I try to trim. Then I will reduce the size because it's like, and I do have a setting for this. I'm just showing you the manual way. I do have an action created for this. I'm going to do an image size, and I'm just going to make it a little smaller because nobody needs a 2100 pixel iPad. So I'm just going to make an 800 pixel iPad. That's like a huge iPad. And then what we're going to do is we're going to trim all this and just trim all that transparent layers. And then there you have it. Now I'll export this in a PNG file, and now I can use it in this. I'll use it in this course. So, or in this lesson rather, in this how-to guide. So I hope you enjoyed this. There's a lot of different options in here. So if you want to make other spinnable ones, let's see what else we got available for us. I'll remove the iPad, and there's just a ton of different stuff, and you can have a lot of fun with this. There's 15 pages of different kinds of products you can spin up, and if it's not in here, it's probably just a static action, so you may not be able to spin it up. But like I said, there's a bunch of different options in here. They have some weird stuff, some like yogurt containers and things like that, like yogurt packaging. Obviously, that was probably for like Chobani or something. I don't know. There's like some weird stuff in here. But yeah, there's a lot of different kinds of products you can mock up. Primarily, I use iPads and books. Books are really, really helpful. So if you do like a book and you're doing like a free giveaway or some sort of virtual product, you have it a card, and the books are usually I think they're the old school ones. So let me find it in the actions here. So the books may only be rendered in a certain direction. These are what the actions are. So here you go. You have the graphic novels, you have books, you can do like guides and things like that. So there's quite a lot of options and things to choose from when you make these spinnable mock-ups. So I hope this tutorial helps, and good luck with everything. Thank you for watching. Please do leave comments and subscribe to my channel below. Thanks.